y'all, and welcome to today's video. I am so happy that today is New Year's and it fell on a Sunday. We get to judge new makeup together. What better way to start 2023 than just judging makeup, talking about new products, saying, are they cute? Do we hate them? Do we really want them? Are we curious why they were ever invented? We're gonna judge. We're gonna judge the makeup though. We're never going to judge each other. Listen, we're going into the new year. We're being nice to one another. If I hate a makeup product and you really wanna buy it, guess what? You spend your money however you want to. I don't care how you spend your money. You wanna buy a makeup product I don't like? Fabulous. I will judge the makeup. I will not judge you. The world would be so boring if we all loved the exact same foundation, if we all hated the exact same eyeshadow. Like, it would be so boring. We can look differently, talk differently, have different opinions on makeup, and still be nice to one another. So I'm very excited to judge all these new products. Lots of exciting things happening in 2023, but if you're new here, I do want to say, hey, my name is Heather and makeup makes me happy. Here at my channel, we don't try to be perfect. We just want to have a good time with our makeup, whatever that means. I do upload lots of new videos every single week, so I hope that you will subscribe before you leave today. But I have so many thoughts, so many opinions. I have already bought too many of these things, so let's jump into it. All right, y'all, there are a lot of new things to talk about. We have a lot of new complexion products launching, and I remember it being the same way last year, 2022. I remember right at the beginning of the year, we had Kosas launch a new foundation, Charlotte Tilbury with a new foundation, Makeup Forever launched a new one. There were just so many new foundation launches, Be Perfect, and we're seeing that again this year. So let's talk about some of these new foundation complexion products to start off with, because there's just so many. So right now I have this sneak peek of this Laura Mercier Real Flawless Weightless Perfecting Foundation. So in this photo, all of those foundations are only one shade, because when I first saw the photo, I was like, what is this? And then I was like, oh, it's all the same shade. Okay, chill, Heather. So this is all one shade. This is all we have. All it says on the bottle is Real Flawless Weightless Perfecting Foundation, coming soon. I will link everything I can find links for, will be in the description box. If I have any information, it will be in the description box. I cannot remember the last time I tried a Laura Mercier product. It's been years and years and years ago. I tried her like setting powder and I really liked it, but then I felt like better ones came along for me and my oily skin. So I haven't bought anything from the brand in a really long time, but I would love to know if you really like her foundations or primers or concealers or something like that. Definitely let me know what you love from the brand. Your skin type is always super helpful. And, you know, if you hate something, let me know too, because I'm always curious in everything, you know. I always want to know. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm not like jumping at the chance to buy and try this, but y'all could definitely sway me. If you're like, Heather, you're missing out, she makes the best foundations, maybe I could buy this one. Okay, we also have a sneak peek from KVD Beauty. Now, this photo looks really cool. It almost looks a little like retro vintage. I feel like this is a cool bottle. There's something very like vintage looking about the bottle. Obviously, this is not like a full photo. This just looks like somebody saw it and took a photo with their phone or something. So I'm ready to learn more about this. All I know is it looks like a foundation. I don't know anything else about it. The Good Apple foundation that KVD launched Was that her most recent KVD like foundation launch? People with the dry skin seemed to like that foundation. I stayed away from it because it didn't look oily skin friendly, but I would definitely keep my mind open for this one. All right, Juvia'S also put out some new complexion products. I do have a video on my channel already showing you the new I Am Magic Natural Radiance Foundation and I Am Magic Powder Foundation. So these dropped at Ulta first. And when they launched at Ulta, there were no shade descriptions. You know, like there were just shades. It didn't say medium, light, deep, dark, tan, none of that. None of the shades were described as warm, cool, neutral, like nothing. But I'm like, I want to buy this. So I was like, well, let me look at the other foundation. I think they're like full coverage, matte foundation, whatever. And some of the shade names were the same in this Radiant foundation. And then some of them were just totally new. There were like new numbers, so you couldn't even correspond the numbers. I looked on the Juvia'S site. I couldn't find a description of any of the shades. I looked on Instagram. I couldn't find anything. So I placed an order just guessing at my shade. And then a few hours later, I want to say like 5 hours or so after I placed my order, Juvia'S did post a graphic on their Instagram showing models, but still no shade descriptions. And I'm like, am I losing my mind? Where are the shade descriptions? And my friend Angie was here at the time and she was ordering, but they had like the shade she wanted. So I'm just like, where are the shade descriptions? So people in the comments were asking the same thing as me. They're like, hello, Juvia'S, is this shade cool? Is it warm? Is it the same as the other? What about these new shades? So I checked Juvia'S website and Ulta before I turned the camera on today, December 31st for me. I know you're watching it in the new year. Happy New Year. But I still, like, there's still no description of the shades. So I would definitely say if you're anywhere near my skin tone, watch my video that I did on this so you can at least see it on me. Look on YouTube for other people testing and trying this, because right now we just don't have any shade descriptions, which make it super, super hard to pick a shade, right? Okay, now that I'm done with that little rant, let's talk about this. Available in 30 shades, the I Am Magic Natural Radiance Foundation is an easy glide-on foundation for flawlessly radiant and luminous complexion. Light and hardworking, water-resistant formula will naturally minimize imperfections to smooth, protect, hydrate the skin. So, I have oily skin. I do prefer foundations that are a matte or a natural finish, but I was curious about this one from Juvia'S because it said water-resistant, which usually means my oils won't break through super fast. It says it minimizes imperfections, it's smoothing, and I was curious. So I've worn that a few times now, and I think it's nice. It wears really pretty. Is it a favorite? Not yet, but I'm still going to keep testing it for y'all. There's also 20 shades in the new I Am Magic Powder Foundation. Easy Glide Foundation for a flawlessly radiant and luminous complexion. So I bought that as well. Again, no true shade descriptions. So definitely watch my video if you're curious. I hope at some point Juvia'S will give us some shade descriptions, because knowing a foundation undertone is pretty dang important in my opinion. But I did buy those. Okay, also another foundation, y'all. It's January. We're going to keep seeing some complexion products, I think. This is the Makeup by Mario SurrealSkin Liquid Foundation, $42 and 30 shades. Now, y'all may be shocked, but I bought it. I'm actually wearing it today. Today is my first time wearing this foundation, so you can kind of see how it looks on my skin. I want to try it again. I'm wearing it with the Power Grip Primer from e.l.f., but I really want to try it with my Tatcha Silk Canvas. I think it's going to look better on a primer that kind of like takes care of pores. I do have oily skin. I am 35. I do live in a humid place. And this foundation, okay, let me read you the description before we talk any more about it. It says it's a breathable, luminous foundation. It has moisture grip technology, hydrates the skin, glides on, easy for customizable coverage, layer it on or sheer it out. And what I really convinced me to purchase this is because it said it was a long wear and because it was Makeup by Mario. And that man is like a genius with skin. When I see celebrities he have worked on, like my jaw is on the floor. He is so talented. And I'm thinking, okay, this is a celebrity makeup artist who is getting celebrities and stuff ready for photo shoots, ready for the red carpet. So I'm sure he knows what he's talking about when he's talking about long wear, because that means the celebrity has to get their makeup done, get to the event, wear it all through the event, have their photos taken, go to after parties, have their photos taken. So I'm thinking he knows long wear, right? So even though it said luminous and I do have oily skin, I'm like, let me just try it. So I bought the shade 14-0 and I have to say, I really like this. I really like this. I would describe my skin type as olive warm. So olive undertone, leaning warm, warm olive. So I bought 14-0 and I think the shade match is really, really nice. You can see it on my skin. I noticed right away when I opened it that there is some shimmer in here. It looks like some mica particles, and I know a lot of people have been talking about that. But when I put it on my face, I don't see any shimmer or anything like that. I think it looked really nice. Again, this is just my first impression. I've not had it on super long right now. I want to test it some more. But so far, I think it looks nice. I don't think it looks anything special, but what I'm really interested in is to see how this is going to wear all throughout the day, because it is supposed to be long wear. So 30 shades. I've already seen tons of videos go up on this foundation. Now that I have tried it myself, I'm ready to watch reviews and see what other people are thinking. But let me know if you bought this, what you think of it. Were you able to find a good shade? I really like the shade. I really like the shade I have. So I want to keep testing it. I want to keep trying it. And I will keep you updated. Let me know. Do you want me to use this in a get ready with me video or something like that? I could definitely do that. But when you hold it up, you can see there's definitely shimmer. I don't know if that's mica or what to give you a glow. But when I put it on the face, I don't see any of that. Okay, more complexion. We're going to keep on with the complexion. This is coming from Dior. Okay, Dior has launched their new primers. There's two different primers. So there is the Dior Forever Velvet and the Dior Forever Glow primers, $50 each. So it says the Velvet Veil is enriched with rosehip and pansy extract for a smoothing effect. Smooths out imperfection, fine lines, pores, textures, and it's supposed to be good for oily and combo skin. And then the Glow Veil is a luminous primer, has floral skincare and hyaluronic acid for hydration of the skin. So I almost bought the Velvet Veil, the one that's supposed to be smoothing and a little more mattifying, but I'm gonna hold off on that right now because I'm like, just wait, Heather, just wait. That's not something you have to buy right away, but I will link them down below. They are available on the Dior site. I've ordered from Dior before. I always have a good shopping experience. They always send out my packages really nicely packaged. So I'm definitely curious about that Velvet Veil. That's like a tongue twister. So I may end up trying that in the future, but Dior did launch something that I did buy. Let me get the photo pulled up. Where did it go? Okay, this is the Dior Forever Skin Correct Full Coverage Concealer. So this concealer is new. It's been reformulated. I saw on Sephora they still have the older version, but this is the new version. So I bought this. These claims kind of sold me. It is a full coverage concealer, 24-hour hydration and wear, transfer proof. I love when a concealer or a foundation says 24-hour wear. For me, that means my oily skin is not going to wear it away so quickly. So this says it is buildable coverage, 24-hour hydrating skincare, smooth, hydrate the skin, refine texture. I bought it. I've worn it. Let me see. I bought the shade 4WO. I am wearing it today under my eyes. And I wore it yesterday as well. I will say a little goes a long way with this concealer. I love concealer, so I usually put on a ridiculous amount, but this concealer can definitely feel too heavy on me when I use too much. So yesterday, I just put on a little too much. So I was blending it in with my sponge. I flipped my sponge over to the clean side just to try to remove a little of the excess product because it did feel a little too heavy for me on my oily skin. Now, if you have dry skin, that might be really good for you, but it is hydrating. So today I used less concealer than I normally want to use, and it looks great and it doesn't feel heavy under my eyes. So this is only my second day to wear it. I'm gonna have to keep testing it, but they have 30 shades. It's available at Dior. And yeah, I bought this. So when did I buy this? When did this launch? I think this launched on Christmas, maybe the 25th, and it got to me on the 30th. And I mean, I didn't pay for expedited shipping or anything, so I'll definitely keep you up. Let me know, like, do you want me to do a video like testing the Mario, testing the Dior? Let your girl know. More complexion. More complexion. This is new from Nars, Soft Matte Advanced Perfecting Powder. A multi-purpose skin perfecting powder that blurs imperfections, smooths the look of skin, and sets makeup for 24 hours. I already told y'all that's music to my ears. This is a medium coverage matte finish pressed powder. I didn't say this, I don't think, but all the Instagram accounts that I find these new releases from, I do have them linked in the description box. This powder says it is supposed to glide on effortlessly, leave the skin feeling like silk. And for me, I really love the Nars Soft Matte Foundation. It's definitely like a medium to full coverage foundation, depending on how much you use. For me and my oily skin, I love it. I have seen people with dry skin say that was like the worst foundation they've ever tried. I, with my oily skin, living in a humid climate, love it. I have it in multiple shades, so no matter what, I can make my perfect shade. Whether I've been in the sun for months or whether I've been in the house for months, I love that foundation. So this is coming to Sephora January 12th for Rouge members. It's already on the site, so you can already go on there. You can look, you can find your shade. This photo that I'm showing you is not all the shades. It definitely goes much deeper. Just like I said, if you type in Nars on the Sephora site, I will have it linked down below. You can look at it, pick out your shade if you're curious. So on the 12th of January, Rouge members can buy it, and on the 13th, it's going to be available for everybody. I already have it on my loves list. It's $36 each, but as somebody who loves powder, who relies on powder to keep my makeup locked in, I'm 100% buying this. I mean, good grief, right? Like, I've already bought so many things. I didn't even realize how much I bought until just now. Like, I knew I've been buying things, but a little too much. Nars is also releasing an Orgasm Spring 2023 collection. They're never going to let this die, I'm telling you. 2 blush sticks, a face palette, and an eyeshadow palette. Now, normally I avoid Nars palettes because a lot of times it's re-promoted shades. But for holiday last year, the Stargaze cheek palette, I love. It was all new blush shades, and I love Nars blushes. So I'm really happy with purchasing that. So I don't think I need this. I actually really liked the eyeshadow palette that Nars launched for Christmas too. So I'm intrigued to try their eyeshadows in the future, but this color story is not going to be the one that causes me to buy it. Right now, all I know is coming soon. I looked around a bit online and it seems like maybe March, but just know it's coming soon. Okay, I think we've covered all the foundation, concealers, and powders maybe. So let's move on and maybe talk about some other things now. We have new from Morphe, the Ultralavender collection. So what can I even say about this? This is available now. The brush set looks really cute. I have some Morphe brushes I like. They're not my favorite brushes of all time, but I do think they're nice. They're at a good price point. So the 6-piece face and eye brush set is $38. There is a Make It Big Plumping Lip Gloss Trio, Glow Show Radiant Pressed Highlighter, cream blush, and that 35L huge palette for $27. I can see that a lot of people would like this palette because people who only wear neutrals, you want something at the drugstore, but you want to maybe step outside of your comfort zone just a little bit for spring. You can get some lavender shades in here. I can totally see who this is for. This is not for me, but I don't hate it. I just also don't want it. Something else I bought, this is getting ridiculous, I know. I bought the new Natasha Denona Mini palette and highlighter. I did a whole video on this. Check it out if you're curious. I really liked the eyeshadow palette. I thought this was really, really fun. I mean, what you see is what you get with this palette in Natasha's really great formula. That one shade, that Goldie shade, is a really pretty duochrome type shadow. The highlighter, it's the color in the swatch. Okay, what you see in the swatch is what you get. It's very beautiful. It's very nice. But if you were buying it thinking like I was, where it says, a translucent alabaster base enveloped in a wash of shimmering pink golden champagne icy mint gel powder formula. If you're thinking this is going to give you any type of shift, if you're thinking you're going to see pink and green in this highlighter, absolutely not. You're going to get that golden champagne. It's pretty on the skin, but drop the pink, drop the green. It looks that way in the pan. It does not swatch that way. It does not apply that way on the face. The swatch on the model's arm is how it looks, period. That's it. You cannot convince me otherwise. Argue with your own self about it. I was really hoping for some type of shifty highlighter. That's not what I got, but I'm not sad about my purchase because I do think it's pretty. I did want to test it. I will continue to use it, but the photo, that's as much as you're going to get. You're going to look at it and see it, but you're not going to use it and see it. We have a little sneaky peek from Colourpop. This is a Winx Club collection. I don't care about the theming of this, but if you do, it's coming. I'm guessing it'll probably release on Thursday. If this is revealed between the time of me filming this, the time of this video going live, we can talk about it next week, but I am filming this on the 31st in the afternoon, so it could very well be revealed later, and we'll talk about it in the future. I always love to talk about new releases, but sometimes I do miss them. We have a sneak peek of Odin's Eye. If this has not been revealed yet, it will be revealed later today. My video will be up on this. If you're watching this video right as I post it, it's coming later today. If you're watching this later in the day on the 1st, my video is probably already up. This is a sneak peek from Odin's Eye Jewel Shine collection. Odin's Eye has said this is launching on January 5th. New collection of products, Jewel Shine Shimmer Finish of Eyeshadow Luster, contains as many colors as you want. That's all I can say right now. Just know I have a video coming. Catrice Cosmetics Dear Universe collection. Not for me whatsoever. I've tried Catrice shadows before and I did not love, so I'm not jumping to try them again. This is gonna have a palette, lashes, and press-on nails. So this usually comes to the EU first and then comes to those of us in the USA later. I did try to find this online, but I couldn't find it even on like European sites. So it's probably gonna come soon. Looking at the lashes, it looks like that one pair down in the corner look pretty. The press-on nails I'm not into. The Dear Universe palettes, some of the shades in here look repetitive. Like that third shade on the top row and the second shade on the middle row look too similar. The last shade on the top row and the third shade on the second row look way too similar. I don't know, like it's a 12-pan palette. I feel like they could have given a little more variety, but maybe you love Catrice and you can't wait to have that palette, and if so, I'm happy for you. Okay, here's one I would really like to get y'all's thoughts and opinions on. This is Kosas launching new baked blushes. So the photo that I have here, so far, this is the only shade that's been shown, and I don't feel like I need this, although the blue packaging is really cool. This says it's a clean, silky smooth powder blush baked with skincare actives in dimensional color duos. I want to know about this because the only product that I've ever tried from Kosas was their foundation that launched last year. And I did like that foundation. I didn't love it, but I did like it. But the shade that I got was so light for me. I could make it work, but it was just like I had to put in more work than I want to do. So I ended up giving that foundation to someone else and they didn't love it. But I've heard a lot of people say with Kosas products that their products expire really quickly. They go bad really quickly. And I don't want products that expire super fast, especially when it's like a blush. Something that, like, I mean, I'm not going to go through a blush very quickly at all. So let me know if you have any powder products like this from Kosas. Do you find that they have like a long shelf life? I would love to hear from you. Are you interested in trying this from Kosas? I mean, I'm not even going to pretend with y'all. Like the clear blue packaging is really cute. That is what I'm interested in, but if you tell me the product is awesome, maybe I'll buy it. Okay, I don't always talk about fragrance, but this one was a bit intriguing to me. This is new from Replica, and it's called On a Date. I kind of like that name. This says it's inspired by a magical date on a late summer's evening overlooking the magnificent vineyards of Provence at sunset. They have got to hire romance authors to like write fragrance descriptions, right? Like they always crack me up. And I think about like those romance novels with like the characters on the front, you know, like Fabio, like somebody who's writing those books has got to be writing fragrance descriptions because they're always like so detailed, and I love it. I love it because tell me the feeling that I'm going to get in this perfume, because I like that. To me, that's descriptive. I can kind of picture what that would smell like in my head, right? So this says it is a floral fragrance, specifically warm florals, with notes of black currant, liquor accord, rose petal, and patchouli. So I want to smell this. Next time I'm in store, I'm definitely going to smell this. This is available now. I did not see this at Sephora yet, but I'm sure it will be. Well, actually, I did see it on the Sephora Canada site. So if you're living in Canada, you're like, I got to have that. You can get it at Sephora, but hopefully it'll be coming to the US Sephora site soon. All right, Wet n Wild, lots of new products. I don't see a name for this collection. It looks like they're just putting out some new products. So let's talk about these. I saw some of these at Amazon, but I'll also link down below to the Wet n Wild site. So they have the Mega Last Lock and Shine Lip Color and Gloss. So like that dual end. I remember years ago when CoverGirl came out with a product like that, and it was freaking terrible. There's also Rose Comforting Lip Color, Shadow Silk Liquids, blush sticks, liquid eyeliner, brow powders and gels. Blushes, primers, eyeshadow primers, and makeup removers. So looking at all these products, it looks like this is going to be a nice like expansion to the Colourpop line. The lipsticks look like they come in some pretty colors. The blushes look nice. I'm not jumping at the chance to buy these though. It's just not super intriguing enough for me to be like, oh my gosh, I gotta have that. But who knows, maybe I will see it in store and I'll end up picking something up. I always love walking down the aisles when I'm at Walmart, Walgreens, Target. I always like to look at stuff. So maybe I'll see it there and it'll just convince me to buy it. I don't know. You know what? Tarte has been the surprise brand for me. If you haven't watched that video where I'm testing some new makeup products, I'm using the new Sculpt Tape. Love. I had some Tarte products in my yearly favorites. If you missed my yearly favorites, go watch. The new powder I used to kind of like buff and set the perimeter of my face today, the Amazonian clay powder. Like, what's Tarte doing? They're like, oh, y'all called us boring? So they put out some good products. Now they're launching this. I'm not going to buy this, but I still think this is cool and interesting. This is Tarte Drink of H2O 24-hour hydrating serum. This is cool. A daily hydrating serum for dry skin that moisturizes for 24 hours for a healthy, youthful looking glow. I'm here for that. It's available now at Tarte. I'll link it down below. It's $39. I'm not buying this. I kind of have my skincare routine down and I don't need to add something else. So this is not something I'm going to buy, but I like the bottle. I like the claims of the product. I'm happy. It says it has algae, hyaluronic acid, provitamin B5, niacinamide. It looks cool. It seems like a nice product. It seems like a product a lot of people would like. So Tarte, it looks like they're going to continue doing some cool things in the new year. Also from Tarte, I thought this was very smart as well. This is the new Maneater Catitude eyeshadow palette. $25. I'll link it down below. I didn't buy this because I did buy the large Tarte Maneater palette. I know my friend Angie bought this and she did post a video on her channel, so definitely look there. But okay, here's how I felt about the Tarte Maneater palette. If somebody wanted to try neutrals that weren't just all beige, and they just wanted to go into Ulta and buy a palette, I think that Tarte palette was really good. Specifically, the neutral shades worked really well. I thought it was very pretty. The more colorful shades were a little less impressive, but they were still good. If you want to walk in to Ulta, you want to buy a non-flat neutral palette, I think you'll be happy with the Tarte Maneater. So I think it was really smart of them to launch a 6-pan, a mini version of that for people who didn't want the big palette. So I didn't buy it, but I do think it's a very smart release. Okay, Sephora Collection is expanding their line. So let's talk about these new things right here. We have new colorful gloss bombs for $9, color shifter mini palettes for $10, destination eye palettes for $15 each. So these are available now. I will link them down below. I did a video last year, I want to say sometime early fall, full face testing Sephora Collection, sharing my thoughts and opinions. The eyeshadows from Sephora were mediocre. These launched and I was like, ooh, like specifically that color shifter in the green packaging. I was like, oh, okay. But there's not a green shade in the palette. They just put it in green packaging. Okay, so that was a no for me. Now those little destination palettes, those look a little more interesting, but still not interesting enough. Like some of them have one pop of color. It's not for me. I appreciate the price point that Sephora Collection is doing, but if you're looking for a palette in that, what is this, like $10 to $20 price range, I think you're going to get a lot better quality from Colourpop, BH Cosmetics. Profusion. The Sephora ones weren't bad, but they weren't something that I'm like, oh my gosh, you have to try these. I definitely have more inexpensive eyeshadow palettes that I prefer a lot more over the Sephora Collection. But if you're just really curious, you really want to try, I would say wait for the spring Sephora sale, because usually during the spring and fall Sephora savings event, whatever they call it at the time, usually Sephora Collection products are 30% off online and in store. So if you're looking at these and you're like, you know, I really, really like those, of course, do what you want. If you can't wait, go ahead and buy it. But if you feel like you can wait, it usually goes 30% off. So I would say pick it up then. You can test it out. You can see what you think about it then. I just wish, like, for Sephora Collection, I do wish maybe they would give, like, I understand if you're going to release like 5 palettes, maybe just one of them could be a little more exciting, a little more colorful, but you know, it is what it is. Okay, Give Beauty has launched a mascara, the Can't Stop Staring Mascara. $20 ultra black mascara that lengthens, lifts, and separates. This does not look like a mascara I would really like. The brush looks cool, but I don't know. I don't need this one, but I am glad to see Give Beauty creating more products. I really like the lip products I've tried from them. I'm actually wearing today the matte lipstick and I'm Still Here flannel. And then I'm wearing lip gloss. I bought a Dior gloss. It looks pretty, but I'm not like, oh my gosh, was this gloss worth $40? This is my first time wearing it. Absolutely, it was not. But I bought the shade 003 because I was curious. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited to see Give Beauty expanding their line. It just doesn't look like something I need. So, Made by Mitchell has launched a collection with Melissa, Jade, and also is this black and white photo, so I don't know if it's a mystery or what, but there's a graphic ink liner, Blur Lights liquid highlighter, eyeliner pencil, liquid blush, cream eyeshadow, face brush. I did not buy this. I've tried a few things from Made by Mitchell. I've tried the liquid bronzers. I've tried the eyeliners. I didn't love either of those things, so if it makes something that just really calls to me, I'll try the brand, but nothing I'm super interested in right now. We have new shades in the Rare Beauty Lip Soufflé Matte Cream Lipsticks. Velvety matte finish with a soft blurring effect. So, 3 new shades, a rose mauve, a light warm beige, and a nude pink. I have not tried this formula from Rare Beauty, so if you have, definitely let me know. Again, just like Give Beauty, I'm excited to see Rare Beauty expanding their line. Those highlighters are so good. I almost put them in my yearly favorites, the new Rare Beauty highlighters, but I made myself wait because I haven't had them that long. But let me know, do you like this lip cream? Byredo is launching a new eyeshadow palette. This is the State of Emotions 5-color palette, metallic and shimmery shades. I don't need this. This does not look like a super unique color story to me. If I'm looking at all shimmer sparkly palettes, I'm going to Adept, Unearthly, Sugar Drizzle, Gourmand Girls. Like, I'm going to brands like that because they're giving me duochromes, multichromes, holographic shades, fun. For $75, I'm not buying 5 shimmer shadows. That's just not what I want or need at this time in my life. But if you love it, then I love it for you. I forgot to talk about this with the Dior earlier because I'm like all complexion. But we have this new from Dior coming soon. This is their Summer 2023 Quint. 5 shades for $54. And I think this is very beautiful. This is not for me. It looks like 5 shimmer shades. Again, if I'm getting an all shimmer palette, it's going to be spectacular shades, you know, and this is not spectacular, but I understand this is for the Dior eyeshadow customer, and I do think it looks really pretty, and I think you'll be able to create pretty looks with it. I like that we have kind of like this orange shade, this yellow shade, with the white. I think it's pretty, even though it's not for me. I can appreciate it just by looking at the photos. I also wanted to remind you, Sugar Drizzle is having their new drop today, January 1st. I did do a video swatching all of their new holographic palette, the trash palette, all of that. I will link that in the description box for you, my video with it. Did I put it here on YouTube as a short? Because I did another look. I can't remember, but I know for sure it's on Instagram and TikTok. So I will link to that down below. I know Sugar Drizzle usually sells out fast, so I really tried to have my video up super early for y'all. And then Touch of Glam is having a launch. I'm really curious about Touch of Glam. These swatches were done by M. Jones 5018. I've mentioned M. Jones here on my channel before. Such a cool Instagram account, but all these swatches are from M. Jones, and this is cool. This palette is not your basic batch, and these are all like shape shifting shadows, and these are launching on January 1st, today as well, at 11 a.m. PST. So very cool, all multi-chrome, really, really pretty. I love these swatches. I think they look so cool. All right, y'all, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you had a great New Year's Eve, that you're starting the new year happy and healthy. And oh, my eye look. Okay, this is January's member exclusive tutorial. I will post the products I used down in the description box, but yes, this is the member video for January. It was a lot of fun to create. I actually, like I said, for me, I'm filming this on December 31st. I need to get this video edited because it's going to be a huge party here at my house. It's going to be me, my husband, my kid, and my 3 nephews and nieces. It's going to be a full-on party over here. We got cupcakes, and we're going to ring in the new year together. So it's going to be a wild and crazy time. I hope y'all are having a great day. Please do subscribe. I have lots of fun content planned. Let me know what releases you're excited about, and I will see you very soon in another video. Bye.